2/3 of Americans are at risk to experience blackout. You could be one of them, sitting in the dark and cold for hours, for days, maybe even weeks. Are you ready to protect your family? You could be with Patriot Power Solar Generator 2000X. Folks say this new solar generator from 4 Patriots is worth its weight in gold. Why? Because this generator has double the capacity and is expandable so you can run the big appliances like your fridge even longer. Or other devices like an electric blanket, microwave, RV air conditioner, or even an electric wheelchair. You also get 12 outlets, including 4 AC outlets, so you can power more devices at once, and 2 USB-C outlets, which can charge your phone 20 times faster than a regular plug. Best of all, this new solar generator is fume-free, safe to use inside, and never needs gas, ever. Over 150,000 Americans trust Patriot Power generators. Go to 4patriots.com/VTTGW to get your solar generator now. You'll even get a solar panel included free.
Hey, what's up, trash talkers? Listen, it's impossible to fight, okay, if you don't know what you're fighting for. Does that make sense? Like, if you're in the dumps and you're struggling with mental health, things of that nature, it's going to continue tearing you down, all right? Because you're consistently trying to fight something, which is that demon, which is usually something from the past, right? Maybe that why needs to be fighting for your future. Let that be your why. Get the hell up and start fighting for your future. Stop fighting things that happened in the past. Easier said than done, right? Go seek help. It's okay not to be okay. A lot of people need to hear this. You are more of a warrior and a fighter if you stand up and say, hey, this has to stop. I need to go seek help. The stigma, everything has changed. It's okay not to be okay.
Here is a firm believer in all men are created equal, but not all men live equal. That is why there's a certain select number of people in the DoD who decided to jump out of airplanes. And yes, we are better than you. 100%. Now, don't be the first triggered pansy to say, well, airborne's not relevant. You haven't jumped since World War II. Well, that's not accurate, for one. And two, it's like having a jalopy or a 68 Mustang. Well, a 68 Mustang's no longer relevant. Doesn't matter. It's still a better car than yours. So take it easy this National Airborne Day and just accept that we are better than you.
So 2 things for today's Honesty Cap. First thing, how do all my boys from the 101st feel knowing that the Army decided that instead of actually making you airborne, they've just created a whole new division that's airborne because you just aren't cutting it? It sucks. Thing number 2, for all the folks who were like, airborne is irrelevant, doesn't even matter. They're making a whole new division of just airborne people because they're relevant. Think about that. How's that feel? Does it hurt a little bit? I hope it hurts a little bit.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
Well, what is going on, Gruntworks Nation, VTT? Welcome to episode 154 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today is Marine Corps veteran and Postal Inspector Carol. And today I'm joined by Monica, Buddy, and Nick. How's everybody doing?
Hey. Who's Monica?
Oh, stop.
Who's Monica?
Yeah.
Monica's our girl.
Women's History Month's over. Get her out of here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we don't need this anymore.
That's why you brought her on, right? It was kind of late.
Well,
we
actually had Carol slotted for March, but then turns out it's a dude. So it's but hey, we're all transitioning to women, so it doesn't matter. We're all good. We're gonna own every title, every single one. Taking it down. Yeah.
Taking down feminism, one sport.
Yeah. Wait till you see me enter the featherweight competition in boxing as a chick. Oh, you're all now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's go. Sorry, we got a little tight. Yeah.
You still might get tagged pretty good though by one or two. You know?
Yeah, not really. No.
Not really.
No.
Yeah. We know how you train. We've seen the video, right?
Yeah. Hey, all you gotta do is have the punching bag. You don't have to hit it.
That's it.
But you have to have it so that when neighbors walk by and see your punching bag, they're like, "Oh shit,
that's game over. Don't fuck with that dude."
Never even touched it. So
punching bag envy. Yeah.
And for everybody that's watching, I'm wearing the Only Infantry shirt, one of my favorite ones. You can cop that at shop.veterantrashtalk.com. Boom. And I think today we're switching it up, right?
Oh.
Buddy's gonna go first. Buddy's got an honesty cap. I read the script. Look at me.
I do have an honesty cap.
That's what I'm talking
I do have
about.
an honesty cap.
Oh, we're supposed to.
You forgot it though.
Hello.
Oh, I thought we were getting all sentimental for a second, or
you see what happened was.
Wait, hold on. Wait for the tear to roll down.
Like shit, man.
Thanks, honesty cap.
Wait, he's actually going to be honest.
We really need to talk about our feelings more and be vulnerable.
Yeah.
No, not like that. Here's today's honesty cap. And again, this is brought to you by TikTok a little bit.
Ooh.
I was scrolling through TikTok and I realized that I have unlocked. I don't think I've unlocked a new pet peeve. I just realized that it is of course one of my biggest pet peeves. And it's going to you see the Pawn Stars videos where some schlub shows up and he's like, "This is my my dad's Bronze Star from Vietnam," or "This is the rifle that my grandpa carried in the Civil War or the Revolutionary War." What kind of a dude, what kind of a human sells their family's shit? Your dad, your grandpa, your grandma, whatever. This is the pot that my grandma fed our entire family off during the Great Depression. What's it worth? It's not worth shit to anybody else. It's worth something to you and your family because it's your family history. Who sells their family history? What the fuck is wrong with people? Why we're so far removed from understanding that we came from a group of people that had to work and struggle. And yeah, those are material things, but those things provided the everything that you now have. You're going to sell this pot that your grandma cooked on because it's worth $50 and you got it for free, or you're going to sell this flintlock rifle that your grandpa carried in the Civil War or whatever because they'll pay you $1,000. I wish that the zombie apocalypse thing could actually happen in very specific instances. And when somebody sells something like that, I wish that your relative could ride it up and come kick you in the nuts because you're a horrible human.
Or ovaries.
Or ovaries. Those are the internal nuts. That's what we're
referring to. Get in there.
Those are just inside the inside nuts. But yes, either punch you in your ovaries or kick you in your balls. Either way, I wish that there was some type of retribution that your ancestors could make for selling their crap.
Interesting. I think that's a really good segue into what we're going to talk about. But go ahead, Nick. You had something to say?
I feel this one because it triggers me too. And again, those of you watching for the first time, what Buddy and I talk about is what triggers us, right? And it's it's okay to get triggered, and then it's okay to it's fine, right? But my significant other, her mother was waiting in line as a young child and got a Sandy Koufax autograph, right? And
you should sell that, dude.
Right? No, she has this book of autographs, and she's like, "Who should I give it to?" And well, she gives it to me and my wife, and it's and she's like, she straight said, "Because Nick won't sell that." He's not selling that. What is wrong with you? You have my mother-in-law, her mother kid's grandma, blah, blah, blah. Like Buddy said, go down the line, waited in line for hours for that. As a little kid, and it probably I've seen Nancy smile a bunch of times, but it probably was the biggest smile of her young life when that signature happened. Like just yeah, it hits me in the feels, buddy.
Yeah, it's annoying. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, if you don't want it because you're like intellectually challenged and you don't get the significance of it,
you mean stupid?
Someone else in your family, like, don't give it to some stranger so they can have it on the wall and be like, yeah, I don't know, some random dude had this gun. Now it's hanging in an old Charlie's somewhere on the ticket. Like, you can see it if you go to Cracker Barrel. Yeah,
or a Legion post, you know.
Like,
yeah,
I hate you. I hate people.
Yeah.
I hate people.
We got Jeff Miyaka Cook from Sarasota, Florida, checking in. What's up, Jeff? He said it's hot down here. And then Sean's got his beer. What kind of fuckery are we talking about today? Love the shirt, face man. That's right. Go get it.
Yeah, go buy one, brother. Go buy one.
Only infantry. All right, everybody else sucks. All right, so just go get that. Unless, of course, we need to talk. Then you're important, Monica. So,
and we always talk about fuckery. So, Buddy, maybe you get your zombie apocalypse. So we're gonna kickstart it with the conspiracy as usual. We'll second start it now, right? Since Buddy went first. And don't play the video yet, Chris.
God damn it.
So Monday we got the eclipse going on, right? Everybody's tracking that. TikTok's going crazy. Everybody's talking about the world's going to end, blah, blah, blah. There are like several states that are declaring state of emergencies, and they're claiming they're doing it because of the amount of people that are going to show up. But the past eclipses that have occurred, there haven't been state of emergencies. There's also school closures, National Guard getting activated. And then here's the big one. So I don't know if any of you guys know what CERN is in Switzerland. So CERN in Switzerland is this facility that takes, it's like these atoms. Okay, Buddy might have heard of it. They take these atoms and they smash them in together and try to like create portals and shit like that and stargates and everything.
To create portals, first of all.
We're gonna watch the video. You can talk afterwards.
They're trying to create antimatter and see how antimatter.
Buddy, you had your segment.
Buddy. So CERN hasn't been doing anything for a while, and Monday during the eclipse, they're gonna test out some new shit. So we're gonna listen to this video, we'll go from there. All right? Go ahead, Chris. Thank you.
It's muted, Chris. You gotta unmute it. Even I can see that's muted.
Here we go.
Okay, folks, I've been to CERN. CERN is very, very weird. I was actually there a couple of years ago when Russ Dizdar was still alive, well before COVID. So we're there at CERN, and we're being taken by a docent who's like basically just parroting what he's been told to say. So we're in this place where the statue of Shiva is the Indian god of death, basically the destroyer. And I look at the docent and I go, what's this doing here? He has no answer for it at all. Basically, here's the bottom line, and this is something that we need to really delve into here. CERN is built on the site of the ancient temple of Apollyon. Tom Horn, who passed away last year, very untimely, wrote about this. So CERN is at this ancient temple. They're going to open up and start using CERN and testing it the day of the eclipse. I mean, what are we looking at here? Is that deliberate? In my opinion, it's absolutely deliberate. Something is going on. Here's what I think is going on. The powers that be, are opening up CERN in coordination with the eclipse to open up a gateway, a portal. And that's what I think these sites really are all about. Now, when you go to the Serpent Mound in Ohio, it doesn't look anything like CERN, but it's ancient. And it's just in Ohio, and it's the longest serpent effigy on the planet. Now, some people will dispute that, that's fine, but it's the one that I go to. And that serpent mound the serpent is undulating, and the serpent's mouth is open like this. Guess what? The whole thing is built on the solstices, the equinoxes. They're big into this, and these sites are charged. The site at CERN is charged. The Serpent Mound in Ohio is a charged site. If you want to know more, check out our On the Trail of a Nephilim series, number 3, Secrets of the Supernatural. Thanks so much for watching. I am L.A. Marzulli.
All right. So so to the eclipse, I don't think anything is going to happen. I think state of emergencies have been declared because maybe there is an influx of people coming in. I personally don't think anything crazy is going to occur. All right. Now, CERN, I have followed CERN for a while, and there's a lot of videos on CERN and like rituals that they do there.
Doesn't
Like
sound
it's some
you
weird
followed it
shit
for a
in
while.
It's some weird shit in Switzerland. Like, and then the statue of Shiva, right, the goddess of destruction. Now, them activating or doing something on Monday, I don't think that has anything to do with the eclipse. So hard pass, but there is some weird shit that goes on at CERN. And I think that, they might be able to do some weird shit later on because they're like the conspiracies, man, buddy. Yes, I got it now because I see you. I see you nibbling on your fingers and shit. I do think that they are trying to create portals and stuff there from other videos that I've seen and other research that I've done where the scientists are talking about trying to talk to other dimensions and stuff. So like you can Google it. It's like there. Whether it's occurring or not, who knows? But that's my take. Carol, what is your take on all of this?
Officially.
Welcome to the dumpster fire.
Right? But first off, I just want to go back to I like the zombie apocalypse idea as something fun for the veteran community. I've often had that thought when I'm watching a good pandemic film or some apocalyptic thing. It's like, great, I'll take out my AR, I'll hunt, I'll fish, and we'll cull off the weak ones from the herd. Now, I know that's a horrible thing to say, but in the veteran circle, I think you can say it.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
100%.
Do you think there's anything to the eclipse? Anything crazy is going to happen, or do you think that that CERN is something like crazy and they shouldn't be fucking around smashing atoms into each other and whatever? Do you believe any of that? You don't know.
Until this moment, I've given it absolutely zero
Gotcha.
thought. I am not worried about that.
Awesome. Not an intellectual, huh, Carol?
Monica, what's your take?
All right. I think they're playing with fire here, literally and figuratively. I think Shiva is there because it's a forewarning.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean? Which one's different? Figuratively, literally?
Shut up,
Oh.
I think I know what you meant.
I'm playing with fire, smashing atoms, blowing shit up. So I think Shiva is there as a warning because if they actually do create a portal and things come through, Shiva is going to be really pissed off and wreak havoc. But as far as any crazy stuff going on with the sun and the planets on Monday, no, I don't think anything's going to happen. But I think they're all putting out a lot of really good PR and marketing, kind of like the Y2K bug. Remember when that was supposed to happen?
Absolutely.
And, I actually still have a stuffed Y2K bug that sits on top of my computer as a memory of that. But yeah, I think it's all good PR.
Okay, fair enough. Buddy, what's your take?
I'm so excited. So
you
excited.
should be. Again, you've let us down for the last 5 weeks because you're like tied to the government and you run the world with Fifth Group. We've already figured that out. So,
So we're going to hit this on two sides. We're going to hit the reality.
Let's go.
And what I hope happens. Okay. The reality is that Shiva is there because Shiva is not just the destroyer. She destroys the universe in order to rebuild it better. That's the thing. And so it takes a massive amount of energy to use for CERN to fire up its particle fucking smashing little thing, right? And what they're doing is creating antimatter so they can see how antimatter reacts with actual matter. They're also the ones that just now were able to identify what's it called? It's two scientists' names, but it's the material that makes up the inside of an atom. That's not protons, neutrons, and electrons, right? So there's material inside it that creates that space because you have to have some type of matter, whatever. Okay. So they only crank it up for a limited amount of time. And then it takes a long time for them to analyze that information that they got and discover things, right?
Yeah. So it's a coincidence that they're doing it on Monday. I mean, I agree with you on that.
That's the reality. Now, the conspiracy theorist side says that when they crank it up, they've been able to move us from one dimension to a parallel dimension without anybody noticing, which is supposed to explain the Mandela effect. It's supposed to explain like why shit has been real weird for the last 3 years. I say it's like the Washington, D.C., but whatever. Hey, who cares? What I'm hoping is they crank that fucker up on the 8th and we go back. Like, I'm trying to go back to like when shit wasn't weird, when dudes were just dudes and chicks were just chicks, and like people could be like whatever they wanted to be at their house and nobody gave a shit. Like, I'm trying to go back there. So if they can crank it up and figure out how to get us back to like 1984 and like Marty McFly style, let's do it. Let's crank it up for a couple days, an hour, 2 hours. I don't care. As far as the eclipse is concerned, they do say that there's a correlation between earthquakes and the solar eclipse, but it's far after. Like, it's well after, like a month after they've had like a correlation of earthquakes happening in like the line of the thing. So, and I'm going to jump on it with Carol also. This is like a veteran's kind of like wet dream a little bit. Like, I'm waiting for the purge to happen. Like, we're all just sitting around. People are like, oh my God, we're going to lose the internet and we're not going to be able to do this. And we're going to like have to like have real paper money or barter.
And that's why you go to 4patriots.com.
Or do whatever. And I'm like, yes, let's go back. Let's do it. Let's Amish style this country for a little bit and see who lives and survives. I want to like visit New York 3 months after that happens and get some really nice deals on real estate. That's what I want to do. So
that's like Lex Luthor.
Don't threaten me with a good time. That's
I Am Legend Part 3. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got just enough ammo to get more ammo.
Yeah.
Let's do this. It's going to be a good time. Going to the pet store.
Anyway, I was just looking at something. Yeah, that's it. All right. So CERN is not bad at all. All right. I don't know, man. Good take, buddy. Good take. But I do think CERN, like some of the videos on CERN are pretty intense. Like, they do rituals out front and they do sacrifices. Well, they're not actually sacrificing anybody, but people in front of Shiva. But they don't actually do it. They don't like. You can pull it up right now, dude. It's like weird shit.
I'm on a show. I can't pull it up.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, no, I'm telling buddy.
Dave.
Yeah.
Let me put my shock face on. Super smart people are weird as fuck. Oh, what? No, you're kidding, right?
Yeah,
that's
I don't know, man.
People doing weird. They're doing weird stuff, and they're rich. Yeah, that's what rich people do. Weird shit. Like,
I mean, this isn't like a gathering of the rich. It's like some crazy mad scientists, you know. But anyway,
yeah, because mad scientists are fucking weird because they're so smart
and they're rich because they get hundreds of millions of dollars in grant money and don't have to actually work.
Look, when this portal opens up on Monday, buddy, you know.
Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I welcome whatever comes out of it. Like, come on over. Let's do this. We'll have a beer. Hang out. I hope it's fucking from the fucking Zordon constellation.
Sounds pretty good. That actually sounded like Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That was pretty good.
I've been practicing.
Yeah. I heard Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Nick, what's your take, brother?
Yeah, and again, I have to, I always start off, for the new time watchers, first time watchers, that they saved me for last because I am the smartest person on the panel. And I bring the most truth and reasoning, but not today. Okay, today I am not the smartest person on the panel about this because I got no idea what the fuck CERN is, right? And my biases were taking over, and I couldn't listen because Carol was having trouble logging on today, and there was this picture of this old fucking guy because I'm on the assistant admin thing, so I saw what Chris had on the side, and I'm like, Carol's pictures that he sent me for a thumbnail were a lot different than this fucking so I'm like, this guy's old as shit.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, maybe that's why.
You using filters, Carol? You using filters on social media?
Hey, hold on. I identify as 30 years old. I mean, I'm a man named
and that's
Carol,
okay.
But
and that's okay.
I identify as a male as well. I'm with
and then that's right, Brian. The Book of Earl is available at Barnes and Noble and local 7-Elevens. But feel free to go get it. And anyways, make sure you follow Big Girl because I got the new Crapper Talk segment going. If you haven't watched,
those are pretty funny. Those are good.
And again, remember page 1 of the Shitter Talk. Whenever you're taking a shit, text a friend.
No, check it out on TikTok as well. We have a TikTok. Yeah.
But I was trying to keep up with the chat thread too and see what everybody's saying. I think Jack's Law is really into this from YouTube. And he's like, this is like, you shouldn't talk about their God that way right before their holy day, right? Like he's like, probably shouldn't be doing this.
Where do I see? Do we not see this in the chat?
Again, I'm on the admin thread, so I get to see.
Oh no, I see it. I see it. There he is.
Yeah. Jack's Law's coming on there. Is Sheba the same guy from?
Sheba's not a guy. Sheba is a female deity.
What's a goddess? Yeah.
Right. And like George Carlin says, there's no way God's a woman because if God controls everything, how fucked up could we? A woman wouldn't fuck up the world like it's been fucked up. So
it's safe. It's a really, really good save.
No, but I was copying what
even
George
I
Carlin
was uncomfortable
said.
for a second.
Literally what George Carlin said. He's like, "There's no way God's a woman because if God exists and the world's just fucked up, there's no way a woman could be in charge."
Unless it's that time of the month, then it's game over.
Shit! Now we're in danger.
And now we've been canceled.
Now
if Megan's watching this, she knows. She'll agree.
So is it the same God as Indiana Jones in Temple of Doom?
No, but there is another movie that was evolved around CERN, and it had that God.
Because I live my whole life by movies. Like it's how I learned everything.
Indiana Jones probably covered it on one of his fucking quests. I mean,
I even put it in the script. I said, our guest, he watched The Postman with Kevin Costner, and then he worked for the fucking post office. Kevin Costner's why I was, I wasn't a catcher because I was left-handed, but Bull Durham, great movie. Either way, what I like about social media, like we've talked about this censoring, America wanting the money, so they're going to ban TikTok. Buddy's all in favor of government censorship now. We covered all this stuff. You're 100% in favor.
I'm in favor of not Chinese government.
We have it on
Angels and Demons, I think, covered a little bit of CERN.
So here's my problem with this, and what I'm not excited about is, you remember the Hale-Bopp comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones was Kali. That's right. But there was those 32 people that put on those little jumpsuits, and then they were all wearing Nikes. Big plug for Nike, and they all drank that that Kool-Aid so that they could travel around on the comet for the rest of eternity. Right? Like we really didn't get much news about that until after the fact. Right? So now with social media, we're kind of stopping all the crazies from doing the really entertaining shit because it's coming out and saying, guys, look, it's just an eclipse. It happens every fucking X amount of years, right? And like earthquakes, this is just, we studied this. Earthquakes happen because the earth is on a perfect freaking axis, tilt, blah, 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 whatever, around this, and this happens, yet tides are getting moved this way, whatever, right? They can figure all this shit out now, right? And then they blast it out on social media so everybody knows. So I really hope that there's some kind of it's kind of ruthless to say this, but call it population control. I think we're going to have something big happen on Monday. Right? I think there is going to be a portal open, but that portal is just going to be a bunch of people doing dumb shit and dying, thinking they're traveling to the Hale-Bopp comet and fucking flying around forever. But guess what? Maybe they're right. And we're all stupid. All right. So those 32 people right now are surfing on Hale-Bopp's comet, like, yeah, and we're sitting here on Earth, like, maybe we should have drank the Kool-Aid. So I don't know. I don't know about CERN. It's just an eclipse, guys. It's not.
You know what? I hope it comes out of the portal. Just a bunch of Karens or something.
No.
Yeah, like everybody's like, it's gonna be aliens. It's gonna be a bunch of frat boys that come out, and they're just like, "What's up, dude? You guys
play some beer pong?
Play pong, dude." You know what I mean? Like that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Jack's Law is all over this now, huh? Jack's Law. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe.
Well,
we talk about conspiracies every Saturday.
He's the only one besides Buddy's friend. So
I like Sean's theory that the spaghetti monster is going to appear.
Yeah.
Dude, what if it is cloudy with a chance of meatballs? Like that's what comes through.
That's some Ghostbusters shit.
Remember these? You think that these? I actually
the big Michelin man.
I mean, we got some California people on here, but I had the fortunate thing with my new job, with the VR company. I got to hang out with Will Staples, who wrote Jack Ryan, Mission Impossible, Call of Duty, all stuff, right? But so he does all this stuff, and when he's writing, I watched him write an entire script after about an hour of people just talking, and he was in the background listening, right? And I watched him do all this cool stuff, and I'm like, these guys are aliens, right? So the people that come up with these movies, right? They're literally telling the truth. That's what I keep trying to tell you all. You have to live your life by these movies. Cloudy with Meatballs is not an accident. That shit's gonna happen sometime. There is a thing like that that's gonna happen. Because how else do you come up with that?
You know that the CIA is involved in a lot of movies.
How else do you come up with that shit? How else do you come up with
the last movie, End of World or whatever that was? Obama was part of that movie, scripting it. President Obama was part of that movie. Movies. It's even in the movie. It said at the very bottom, "End of World" or whatever it was. I forgot.
I have a new,
Teslas all start crashing against each other.
Coming through the portal, and now I know who I want to come through the portal.
Who?
What if it's like all of our forefathers? It's like George Washington, John Adams, Paul Revere, Martin Luther King, Tesla. They all come through, and they're just like, "What the fuck
is going on here?
What did you guys do?
Yeah,
you ruined it."
You got Sigmund Freud coming down and be like, "Why do you want to chop your dick off?"
Yes,
right. That's not what we're doing.
I hope so badly. You fire it up today. Get CERN fired up today. I want George Washington, wooden, weird teeth and all, to just get here and be like, "Dude, for real, guys? For real? Nah. This is
show the shirt, buddy.
This ain't
show
doing
the shirt.
Show the shirt. That's a great plug. Yep. Boom.
There you go.
Boom. G-Dub.
There you go.
I want VeteranTrashTalk.com.
Abraham Lincoln, all the big, like Sean said, all the big hitter. Well, not the. Okay, I read that wrong. That's not him. We don't want him.
That's not a founding father.
All right, we're good. But the big hitters to show up, close. You have a typo. Anyway, to show up and just be like, "No, this is not doing it." The people that wrote the Constitution, they can go to the Supreme Court and be like, "It clearly says keep and bear arms. We're not. That's what we're saying. We're gonna keep them. We're gonna bear them." Yeah, we didn't.
Jack's Laws. We need to get you on the show.
I tried to get him on when he triggered me a couple weeks ago. I tried to get him on. He never emails me. Big or
he's saying some crazy shit, man.
Right?
That's awesome.
Keep trying to get you. Right? I think he was telling me.
And people would never come looking for me there. Good. This guy's all right.
Now we will, because you told us all.
Yeah.
Anyhow, all right. Maybe this is our last show, guys.
We're about to get canceled, bro.
CERN's going to cancel us.
I don't believe in their pagan god. They can go fuck himself, or herself, whatever it is. So
I don't think Hinduism is pagan, is it?
No.
No.
So
Hinduism is one of the top 5 main religions in the world.
No.
Well, that's just a population thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's hundreds of religions. I'm just saying top 5.
If that region of the world had birth control and transgenders, they wouldn't have it.
Oh,
so that's
fine. So anyway,
what we going postal now? What are we doing? Oh,
we should go postal.
Yeah.
Monica
on it today.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard of a boy named Sue, but today we have a man named Carol.
Yes.
So Carol is a good friend of mine. He has over 3 decades of life experience in lots of different roles in government service. Carol was a United States Marine Corps in the reserves.
Semper Fi.
Yes. 1990 to 2020, aircraft maintenance officer, communications officer, USMC historian. He went on to be a special agent with the DEA, so don't tell anybody where your stash is. And now he's a federal agent working as the postal inspector with the United States Postal Inspection Service. And he is in charge down here in Southern California. On a personal note, Carol is an outstanding guy. He is married also to a badass female Marine Corps vet, and he's dad to some cool boys. And Carol's a great guy, and I have forgot to forewarn you how crazy these guys were, Carol. So, but welcome. We tricked you into being here today.
Welcome to the dumpster
Welcome
fire.
to the dumpster fire.
Well, there's nothing like being around veterans, and this certainly is not an anomaly to be around people with an irreverent sense of humor, and I enjoyed it. I did not know exactly what this was from Monica's description, so but I am enjoying the irreverent humor, and it just feels good. So, and I welcome the opportunity to share. My motivation was to talk and share some of the things I've seen through my duties that can impact the veteran community. And that was my goal in sharing with you or spending time with you, was to tell you about some of the scams and the schemes that I know are specific to the veteran community, because I know we might pick on each other. You can tease me about being a Marine. Yes, true. I like to eat crowns for dessert. Crowns taste good. My favorite color is blue. But who cares? We all do care about each other, even though we might take some jabs at each other. So that's my goal, and I'm happy to get into that. Unless you want to talk about anything else first. I know I have.
No, it's your show. You shared a flyer that had Operation Protect the Vets. So yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
What?
You want me to?
Yeah, let's get into that.
Well, Carol, I have a question. What's the most prevalent scam right now going on with scammers and vets?
This is a big deal to talk about, especially for the majority of our followers who, like me, just click on every email we get. So yeah.
Right. So the scams and the frauds are happening just in society in general.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
There's
the prince wants.
I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on my money from at least 3 Nigerian princes, and it shit better come quick because I gave them a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty much every day online that some 22-year-old swimsuit model wants to go out on a date with me. So it happens to me regularly.
Seems legit. I don't know what you're talking about.
That said,
I have like 12. I have like 12 IG profiles. I don't even know. They're just floating around on Instagram. I report them all. And then I've been contacted by multiple women, like there's somebody who's using your profile. But then it's other women are like, is this the real David? So I feel like they're scamming me too, or trying to scam me too. Like, it's just weird, man. But tons of them. You just go on IG and type in David Trenton. It's crazy.
Yeah, Dave's got that problem where multiple women contact him every day.
Most of them are looking for some type of support that he owes them, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So.
All right, Carol, take it away.
Take it away, Carol.
Hopefully he doesn't have to do a 23andMe test. But that aside, we will ship those through the U.S. Postal Service.
Let us know when those come through.
Like fucking, it's going to end up being 46, and I got to watch out.
No.
My whole family and we did those tests. I was hoping I'd find a new brother or sister. I haven't yet, but hey, it ain't over. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So let me just give you a couple of nuggets here. I think some of your listeners will be interested in Operation Protect Veterans. And I believe you said maybe you could put the flyer on your website. I don't know if you have the ability to do that. What I'm holding in my hand, so they can look at it later if they want.
For sure.
Big scams and schemes. There's a whole bunch. One of the ones that, Monica, you asked what's most prevalent. I don't have the stat in pocket to say what's the biggest as far as dollar loss or volume readily at hand, but I can tell you the one that I think is most egregious for me, and it just gets in my crawl, and I wanted to highlight that one out the gate, and that is fake charities and fake veteran organizations where they just do a one-off of some righteous organization that wants to help a vet or the family of a vet or the child of a vet, the surviving spouse, you name it, right? And they change their name to be a little bit familiar to whatever the real charity is, or they change a URL that you will see on the web, be one letter off or a number off, and they start promoting that, and they get people to give, thinking that they're giving to a legitimate organization that we all may know about, like the Legion, Monica, where you and I've hung out, which is a wonderful organization that helps veterans. They do this for all sorts of organizations. So that one gets in my crawl because there's somebody who, like, I've given to veteran organizations and I'm a veteran. I want to help veterans. I just can't help but admire and appreciate them. Or it could be someone who's not a veteran who's trying to give to the veteran cause. Veterans a small amount of society. Compare if you look back in World War II and the previous generations, a higher percentage of Americans took that oath and served and went on to spend the rest of their life wielding what influence they have with the filter of having been on the line, having taken the oath, having taken the risk. That number has shrunk in our society. And that burden for our freedoms and our protection is now borne by a very small sliver. And with that shrinking, I think there's less familiarity with the veterans' needs, the veterans' causes, what is a veteran going through in this evolving society. So these charities really do matter. They really matter for people that I love and care about. They matter for people that we all know. Can anybody on this call say that they don't know anyone that hasn't had a need? Right. I doubt it, right? And can any of you say, well, let's do it this way. How many of you have a friend or know of someone who has dealt with suicidal tendencies or has actually pulled the trigger on themselves after coming home from a deployment? That's happened for me. I'm sure it's happened for you guys. So these charities matter, and it's deeply felt. So when people do fake charities, that upsets me to no end. So my motivation, amongst other scams and schemes, and I won't do this to you, but I could talk for 2 hours.
You can talk as long as you want.
Thank you, brother. But the big one to watch out for is charities. So I want to tell the veteran community that's listening this. You can verify if something is a legitimate charity or not through looking at some organizations. One of them is the Better Business Bureau. One of them is a physical person that you might know that's part of a veteran organization. Both Monica and I are members at the American Legion here at the Hollywood Post number 43. It's a great place. There's great people all over there. If you were approached or someone was coming at you and it just seemed a little off, you could walk right into the Post and start asking questions there. So you can digitally verify at Better Business Bureau, Charity Watch or CharityWatch.org or Charity Navigator. They'll verify charities. The Veterans Administration is used to dealing with a lot of different organizations that support veterans. Well, that's another resource. So there are resources to verify if something is legitimate or not. So I just want to highlight that right out the gate. The other thing I'll tell you this, most of the scams and the schemes, they're fraud related. They happen to all sorts of people. And there's probably someone that's listening or that's in this community or follows this podcast that's been victimized, or they know someone that's been victimized. There is no shame in being a victim. I just want to say that. It happens to good people. I've seen people that are super intelligent get victimized by these scams and schemes, because if it catches you at the right moment, it can get you. We all have ups and downs.
I bought an awesome dumbbell set during COVID and it never came.
There you go. So, and what was the price on it during COVID, right? Everything was super expensive.
It was Paris's fault, man. He posted it. He's like, this is a good set. Yep. Never came.
Obviously, he got it.
Yeah.
He didn't get it either.
No.
No.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, that really increased those prices. So in these scams and schemes, there's usually time pressure, right? So everybody felt time pressure during COVID to get their gym equipment because all of a sudden we're stuck at home. And everything that you want to be able to live fully at home, patio furniture, gym equipment, you name it. So with the scams and schemes, the fraudsters will try to create some sort of time pressure for you to act now to get you to do something. So one of the other things I like to tell the veterans is to be sure if your senses are telling you something doesn't seem right, to take a pause, to take a breath, and to connect with a trusted resource or a battle buddy, I like to call it for the veterans. So it's pause, breathe, connect. And that's what you need to remember, because there's no question that you're going to be approached by a scammer. It's the reports are showing that 80% of the veteran community has been approached by a scammer with a scam that's specifically tailored to the veteran community, which is really easy to break us down. And it's done through affinity, right? So if you put me in a random show with a bunch of veterans, soldiers, Marines, I don't care where you come from, immediately my guard goes down because I'm with veterans. I'm with my brothers and sisters. And the scammers use that as an advantage to break down the barriers, and they use affinity to get into the veteran's mindset and try to get them to do something quickly. So that's what we've got to watch out for as a veteran community when somebody's giving us that time pressure to remember it's okay to pause, take a breath, and connect with a battle buddy. When I'm down, when I'm under pressure, and somebody hits me with something that's too good to be true, I need that battle buddy because I'm down. I need that person to be up and for me and ready to help me and protect me to process something. And when I'm up, if I see my buddies down and they're getting approached and they're hurting and they need money or they need medical or whatever their need may be, I've got to be the battle buddy for them. So it's pause, breathe, connect. I like to pass that one on, be a good battle buddy. We all know people that are being targeted, that we all know people that have probably already been victimized. It's happening at an 80% rate in the veteran community. And the other thing that we've learned through studies over the past few years is that the veteran community, we're more susceptible to scams and schemes. There is a higher percentage rate versus the general society. If someone approaches us with some sort of veteran affinity scam or scheme, you name the flavor, I could okay, yeah, sorry, I just got an alert. My battery on my AirPods getting low. That if they approach us, that we're more likely to fall for it. At first, the reports were saying we were twice as likely. Now the reports are showing that we're more like 40% more likely than general society. So something to watch out for. Someone breaks in.
Yeah, why? I was gonna say, why is that?
It's the same reason when I walk into the
it's
American
mainly just
Legion,
the Marines, right?
Post number 43.
The Air Force, they're good. Army, Navy, good. It's mainly the Marines, right?
Well, when we stop chewing the crowns, yes, and we listen a little bit.
I am upset that a little. Well, I shouldn't say upset, but worried that the Marine person who fixed aircraft is running low on batteries in his air pockets.
What can I say?
Good.
PCI, PCCs.
Yeah.
He got his earbuds from wish.com. That's why.
Yeah, he was scammed. Yeah, it's got.
These are AirPods from Temu for $3.99.
Oh, there's 2 is 1 and 1 is none.
2 O's and pods or 1? Yeah.
Nice.
AirPods.
I
forgot where we were. Sorry, squirrel. Yeah.
No, we were asking the question why the military gets scammed more than the general public.
We're fucking idiots. It's kind of true.
I mean, we also, a lot of us, if you hit us with a, why do guys?
Well, like you said, mention if you hit us with a veteran in need or something like that, then
it's the same reason why every private.
But she loved me, buddy. She loved me.
It's different. I'm not just a customer to her. And
she loves me.
With that sob story and be like, oh, we really need money.
You got paid yesterday. You have zero money.
Yeah. Like that's why we get, because the bravado is on the outside, but on the inside, we're all just weak little boys that want to help other people out. That's what we want. We just want to make everything better. We want to soothe people. Sometimes you just have to soothe them with a bullet.
Damn. 0 to 100. Real quick.
Oh, the deep tissue massage,
he must be angry.
Yeah.
I should quell his anger with my bullets.
Yes. It seems as our political leaders have a disagreement. We should fire at one another until they have decided what's better.
Yeah. So yeah, Carol was about to answer that question, but he has to fix his microphone. We can't hear him. No, we got nothing on you. I think your battery's dead. So we now.
I've got something while Carol's looking for his text. So I wish that I'd met Carol a couple months before I did, because we got you. I was a victim of a scam a couple years ago, and I know.
Hey, we're still waiting for that order, Monica.
Stop it.
All we need is a fucking go. We need an Irene, and it's done.
In retrospect, I think that our community happens to be laden with mental health issues, specifically depression. And I know a characteristic that I embody when I'm down that rabbit hole is I isolate. and a lot of us do isolate. A lot of vets, especially with PTSD, are pretty antisocial and just want to stay away from everybody. So if you are approached by someone who seems to break through that, that exterior that we have, it's easy. I thinking about myself specifically, but I think in our population, kind of ripe, low hanging fruit for scammers.
Easy targets.
I completely agree. And many of us, but even before we came in the military, had already been through trauma. For many of us that signed up, we were signing up not only to serve with a heart full of joy and a good intent, but for some of us, it was a ladder up and out of a difficult circumstance. That's a good hunk of the military, and some of them have had traumatic childhoods. So those things create susceptibility, and without good social connectivity, and especially when we leave, because you come from an intense environment, you leave, and if you don't find a way to have your tribe once you've transitioned out, you're even more susceptible and isolated. And they catch you when you're down, and they can get in some licks on you because you're not thinking straight, and you just don't have a good social support network. So that's a challenge, and I believe that's why that we're more susceptible. If they break in with an affinity. Also, imagine being the young 20-year-old who's had a traumatic brain injury, a TBI, or they've been through combat. They transition out. They're as young as 21 years old. They're transitioning out, and they don't have a ton of life experience. You tease me about not being a spring chicken, but I wouldn't say anybody on this call.
No, the guy in that picture looks way older than experience. The guy in that video looks like 90.
Yeah,
90.
And I'm like, wait a minute. He's not 90. Who are we bringing on this show? I was terrified. I was like, great. You can't figure out his computer. This is like Monica found some homeless guy in LA to bring on the show. And I'm like, here we go.
I've got less beard on today for y'all. I mean, it makes me a little younger. I have great empathy and respect, as I know y'all do, for all the veterans. And I think about the young military personnel that have transitioned out, and if they're struggling, if they have injuries, they're trying to navigate what I believe it's not easy to navigate the VA system. I've had multiple surgeries with VA, and I've navigated their system. And I've got all sorts of education and life experience under my belt as I'm doing that, and I'm thinking this isn't easy. Now, imagine being 21 and you've had holes put in your body, or you've been blown up and you're trying to navigate it, and you don't come from a social support.
Shot in the ear. Dave, show those fucking ears.
So
look at the size of those fucking things. Yeah. And he actually got shot in it.
Even after one of them was shot through.
He actually got shot in the ear, so.
And I got 0% on hearing. I'm still trying to navigate the VA. I did in Iraq. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. We had a comedian over at the Legion last week got shot in the head.
Oh,
and he was telling
us and break it up.
He got a 30% rating for getting.
Yeah.
The VA ratings are awesome because you get rated higher for things that don't affect you. Like the things I got.
I'm at 90% right. I'm at 90% right now, and I'm still submitting stuff and everything. But yeah, I got 0 for hearing because they can give you hearing aids for the rest of your life, so you don't need to get a percentage for hearing.
Yeah. Nope. We're not going through that rigmarole again. This is a good segue.
Buddy's got salsa night at Spiker.
I would say that there is one group that I refuse to give money to. That is a veterans group. That both. Well, I know Dave has to. That's the Purple Heart Foundation. Not doing it. Not going to give my hard-earned money to a group of people that can't even get cover.
Yeah, they can't IMT. Like, what the
fuck? I don't know what to do.
I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. How fucking hard is it, right?
Yeah, so, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah. It was my fault. It wasn't my fault.
I was in a truck. I wasn't even driving it. I didn't.
You should have seen. Well, you should have seen the IED.
Should have seen the wire. That's exactly what. That's exactly what the CO said to me. Why didn't you see the fucking
buddy,
wire? And I
it
was
is
like,
kind of my. You're right. Yeah, I shouldn't
Sorry.
have. It was a crazy firefight, and instead of silhouetting myself on the side of the window, I was in front and engaging the enemy. And the round hit a metal bar and then went through my ear. So yeah,
it was actually his own round. It was actually his own round. He shot and
Yeah, no.
he was
wasn't paying
shooting
attention
like
to
this.
his puzzle.
Yeah, he hit
Ogren,
the fucking,
Ogren saw the pink mist on that one. That's that day. So yeah, I definitely got him.
I do want to cover something here that Sean's saying. He goes, the only charity I've actually supported is Till Valhalla Project. What's your opinions on them? Sean, like, I have not researched the Till Valhalla Project. Hopefully you do your own, but that's kind of what we've been doing in the 154 episodes is, we bring a lot of nonprofits on here so that you can listen to what they do, right? And here's this. There are some nonprofits that have come on this show and not done themselves any favors, right? There are some that have come on and done themselves.
I'd say 80% of the time we're pretty solid. Huh?
I would say pretty higher than that, but like
90.
There's like a
everybody that's been on our show now, like, the fuck are they talking about me right now?
Talking about me? Like, shit, what did I do wrong? No, but Dave and I have had this conversation while we bring people on the show. Is like, I think this guy's full of shit, and it's like, let's get him on here anyways to figure out if he is full of shit.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. We definitely have one. He's gone. Like, I don't even know what happened.
Gone. Yeah, well, he probably took all the
hopefully
money.
Hopefully not gone.
But he ain't gone that way. I would have heard about that.
Carol looks like Carol teleported to another place.
Yeah,
now.
he teleported.
Yeah. So what's
the army's here? The army is here. We're saving him right now.
Yeah,
He's good.
Yeah, Carol, turn that porn off behind you.
All right, hashtag Fallujah. We got it covered.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll 80 seconds to come bail out again. But to Sean, we got you, but not very well, Sean, Carol. But to Sean, yeah, like nonprofits again. What do you want to get out of them? What do you want them to do? Like, we partner with Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation because we really believed in the guy that when he was talking, old Mike Duty, right? What a great name, right? We brought him on. And he talked about what he was doing. We went and met him. Buddy went out to Boston to talk to him, right? And
we went to New York.
I tell you what, right now, if you pass Buddy's litmus test, you're a pretty stand-up person, or at least
all of those dudes are good dudes.
They are stand-up people, right?
Yep.
So, like,
they were just on the news again the other day.
Yeah. Right, he was on Fox News again. Yeah, and like Carol said, when you're with veterans, you drop your guard, right? Because you're with who you're supposed to trust to watch your back. And that kind of hit me in the feels as well, because that's what irks me the most is when somebody who is a veteran does something stupid or active duty does something really stupid to hurt somebody, right? Because it's like, bro. And I say bro because that's why we try to target the bro vets. It's like, when you drop that veteran card, be careful, because now you're speaking for me, you're speaking for Carol, you're speaking for Monica, right? You're speaking, it's like easy, right? As a veteran, what, right? How about as Joe Schmo? I don't like this, and part of the reason I don't like this is because during my service I saw this, right? Just try to approach it that way. So again, nonprofits, there's over 80,000 now since we started this show. I think it was at like 76, so about 4,000 in 3 years have been created.
We've had some. We've had some bad experiences on VTT official for like fundraisers and stuff. It's rare that we let something like that in, but that might be a good message to everybody that's watching right now. You guys send us these requests to like post your stuff. It's nothing personal. We get like 100 other ones too, and then Monica vets them sometimes and Nick will look into them and we'll occasionally let one in. But for the most part, it's just too much to do. We can't vet all of you. So for those of you that are always like, why won't you allow my shit on your page? Like, this is a good cause. It probably is a good cause, but there's 100 of other good causes too that are being requested to come on. So
and we have it in the rules of our group. Like, just message us. Message us. Like, let us figure out who you are, and then we're probably going to throw you out there.
Exactly.
The other thing is, if you're trying to pick an organization you don't have to give money to all of them. Find one that you actually believe in and you've done some research. You don't have to research. It's perfectly. This is mind blowing to a lot of people these days. It's perfectly no is an answer that you can give people. When they call you and they're like,
Triggered.
hey, would you like to give money to? No, I don't.
Yeah.
You don't care about the little pygmy veterans that are, the short ones? No,
Oh,
I
I
don't.
care, but I don't want to give money to them.
Yeah, I don't care enough.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, I give money to this organization, and that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I give money to this organization. That's it. It's not my job to give all of my money to other people so they can be like, I'm not a billionaire philanthropist. I'm a multi-thousandaire, and I'm not giving out my multi-thousands, dog. Sorry.
Multi-thousandaire.
Multi-thousandaire. Sometimes
I like that.
You got about, I bet your buddy's got $17.50 in his checking account right now. Maybe $17.50.
No, I think buddy.
I keep $17.76 just in case CERN has
exactly.
there you
go.
Buddy's got a bunch of gold in his state.
That was just made up, buddy.
American as hell.
Yeah. I love
so Carol.
I love
Carol,
buddies. I like having somebody I don't.
Let's get back to Carol's.
Carol's back.
Yeah, Carol's back.
I'm being entertained, Monica. I'm just listening.
I know. What's next on your list of?
Well, okay, I can give you a couple of.
We do got about 5 more minutes because we got to get to the final 4 here. You guys can stay on. I'm going to go watch that. But let's get to.
Nothing like watching the final 4. I love
give us a couple. Yeah, Carol, give us a couple.
How do you get to that? How do you get to that? But then also, how do you get to the operation? We'll put the flyer. It's on the event, but we'll put it on the page. We'll put it on. I'll put the whole thing on the actual page. But how do you get to it? Like, where do you go to find the information? And then give us a couple of scams that are recent that you've seen that people should watch out for.
Right. Charity scams happening constantly, happening now, veteran and non-veteran. So the one I gave you out at the gate, definitely recent. There are just how do you get to the information? And thank you for being willing to put it on the website so that those who are interested can look. I do believe forewarned is forearmed. And even if you don't want to look for yourself because you might think you're too tough or you'll never fall for it, well, one, I'll say that's vibrato. And 2, I'll say, if not looking at it for yourself, look at it for somebody to your left or your right that you could help. Because you got to be forewarned to be forearmed. So humble yourself and go look at it. So there's my call to action on that. Where can they get it if they don't want to look at it on your website? We've had this public-facing campaign for years now. It's on USPIS.gov. So that's for the United States Postal Inspection Service. We've been working scams and schemes for almost 250 years now. This organization existed before the birth of the nation. It was formed on August 7th of 1775.
By Kevin Costner.
I don't know about Kevin Costner, but Ben Franklin started it up. Yeah. I do like Kevin Costner's portrayal.
Don't worry.
It's going to be better on Monday.
Monday, he'll be back.
Yep. You're going to run your electric cars off of.
Carol's like, damn it, I was on a roll. I was getting all motivated.
I was on a roll. I can't get it out. All right. So the other scams that you can look for, and you guys mentioned it, they'll fish out of your mail, right? They'll send you emails that are random stuff, and they'll put a veteran veneer on it and try to get you to click or interact and eventually separate you from your money, or to try to get personally identifying information so they can assume your identity or do some things with your identity. Here's one that's popular also. They'll tell veterans, let me help you with your VA claims. Mm-hmm. We've all felt the pain of interacting with the VA. Hey, I'm a veteran expert, okay? I can talk a little VA, maybe throw in some Army, Navy, Marine Corps vernacular with you, break down the barrier, and then I'm going to tell you, you give me some money, and I'm going to go get your files for you, do some stuff. When all this stuff is available for free, and some people fall for that, and they give money to somebody, and then they don't even get anything out of it. And even worse in some cases, they then take the veteran's identity and they rack up credit card lines with it or take out loans. So that one really gets into my crawl as well. They'll do IRS tax scams if they can get your identity. So identity theft is an international epidemic. It has been for years. So I want to give you
when they call you, don't go to Amazon or to the store to buy an Amazon gift card to pay them, right?
Please don't do that. Please don't.
No, but hey,
that's the worst.
But
that's
for
the worst. So it
seriousness,
happens. At Safeway now, if you go buy an Amazon gift card, the cashier at the register will ask you, "Did anybody call you to purchase this?" Because all the elderly here are getting fucking scammed.
No, hey, that's my point, Dave. Right there, right? You just nailed it. Because like we look through it through our prism right now, like I wouldn't fucking fall for that. But again, we have people that have technology in their hands that when they grew up for 30, 40 years in their life, you know, never knew who was outside of their town, right? Like, so they are getting victimized, and they are veterans. They're an easy population, especially Vietnam veterans, right? Who is our actual biggest audience. And it's so like you can't blame them for like, oh shit, yeah, I've been wondering how I can get this, and they click on it, right?
It's like it's so frustrating for me because I see the victims. I've looked people in the eye that have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars that are good, upstanding citizens, and I can't get it back for them. I can't, but I can visit with you guys and try to spread the word. Because
that was actually one of my serious questions. Is let's say I identify something and I go on your website and Protect the Vets and I report something. Is that what I should do? Where should I go to report something or to get it out to the veteran population faster?
So you can definitely report things at USPIS.gov. We will ingest things there. We work things.
I'll be honest. This is the first time I knew you motherfuckers even had a website.
So it's not. Most people do not know about the existence of our piece of the law enforcement community, which is ironic because we've actually been around since before the nation. We were innovating.
We should have got to that, but we were too busy fucking around about other shit. But yeah.
But we're one of numerous pieces of the federal, local law enforcement community that can be reported to. So you can report to your local police. You can, depending on the nature of the crime, it may also be appropriate to report it to another federal agency. And you can certainly report it to us at USPIS.gov. And we have put a lot of effort into trying to warn the veteran community. An obvious passion play for me because I'm one of you. So I want to do it. So I'll come spend time with you on a Saturday because it's a passion play for me, right? And I know that's the case for you as well, that do this. It's a passion play for you to help veterans and be a part of the veteran community.
100%.
So yes, you can report it on numerous law enforcement agencies, and I would suggest reporting, depending on what's happened, to multiple, right?
Now, is it worth our time to report it whenever we see it? Is it worth our veteran brothers' time to do that? Like, because like here's one of my like stigmas is like I'm like, well, obviously everybody knows this is retarded, right? Like I'm not, and I'll still say that word, Monica. You're not censoring me. Retarded means fucking stupid, right? Like, so like no, like not normal, right? Like so
slow.
Just don't go full retard. Okay.
No, just got kicked off YouTube.
yeah. But like I mean this as a person. I'm saying that like, this is not normal. Like this is a retardation of the system. I'm not supposed to get an email saying this. Like so when do I report it? And should I report every phishing scam I get, or is that too much?
All right. I just want to make sure you can hear me again. You can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great. My preference is that you do the reports because in general, unless you happen to be an investigator or police or detective or federal agent, you're not going to know what piece of the particular scam, scheme, or approach that came to you is new, novel, or could add depth to an ongoing aggregation of data that we're using to try to be at the right place at the right time. So the preference is that you report it. Now, if you're getting 30 emails a day, you're not going to take the time to do that, right? But if you get the call or the one-off, or one really hits you and you think this is new, that can be helpful to us. And we want that information because it could lead to something new for us where we could actually get some enforcement or do something proactive. Does that make sense the way I explained it for you?
It does. It does. That makes sense. Because like, again, I'm trying to speak from,
I get 4 or 5 a day for the Gruntworks page and Veteran Trash Talk page.
Yeah, because I can't. Like I said, I can't stand when you actually like disenfranchise a group of people like veterans and say, well, all veterans need to do this. We're not all the same. We all don't think the same. We all don't talk the same. So like, there are veterans out there, and when I say veteran, that's 98 years old.
Yeah.
And one that's 21.
And so something people don't think about, and you brought it up, as we age, in general, as we age, there's a higher propensity for us to become potentially more susceptible to deception or scam or scheme. So now that can happen to some of us that are young too. But as we age in society, there's a larger number of us that are susceptible, and scammers know that. So who are they targeting? They're targeting where they think they're going to get the best return on their investment for their time. I've already told you the stats show that the veteran community in general gives them a higher return rate for their work. And older Americans give them a higher return rate for their work. So what that means is that these Vietnam veterans that we care for and admire are literally being targeted. Criminals from overseas are just reaching into the pockets of these veterans that we want to help. And the best thing we can do for each other is to try to make them a little more aware. Hey, there are fake charities. Hey, the guy that says he's going to help you with your VA claim that called you with some random number is full of it. And with artificial intelligence, and I'll throw it out to this group because y'all seem like a little fun to me. With artificial intelligence, you can really get crazy with it. You can sound like somebody you're not. You can make videos that appear to be someone's grandchild, and they can run the grandparent scheme. I don't know if you've heard of the grandparent scheme. It doesn't have to be a veteran thing. It's where a scammer calls you and they says, Grandpa, I'm in trouble. I'm wherever. I need you to send me money. I need it now. And so they're running that sketch. That scheme works. That scheme worked even before artificial intelligence. They didn't have to sound like the grandchild. They could just do it. And the grandparent, like you said, has got this smartphone that's more powerful than what took us to the moon for computers. And they'll just start pushing money around. The scammers will walk them right through it. The other thing that happens is, we talked about it earlier, isolation. Some people are lonely. That happens. And when you're older, who can fill that void? Someone sitting overseas in some random spot in another country with loose laws and that we can't get to. They'll spend time with the veteran, talk to them for a long time, and make multiple approaches until they break through to them. It's frozen on my end, but I think you're hearing me, right?
Oh, yeah, we got you. We got you, brother.
Yeah. And again, somebody scanned our QR code. We can see that. That's awesome, because that's where that takes you to our subscribe page. Hey, who am I backing up on? I think it's yours, Carol. Can you mute it?
Somebody's echoing.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, it was awesome having Carol on and talking about all this stuff.
Very informative.
Absolutely phenomenal. And again, stop looking at things through your own prism, right? Like, especially as a veteran, because when we say that word, again, it encompasses 70, 80 years of people, right? It's a lot of freaking people, right? Like, a lot of different generations. So you got to make sure that we're watching all of our backs, right? Not just ours from the GWAT, not just, the newer generation, and not just, the Vietnam veterans. So you got to watch everybody. But if you scan that QR code up in the corner, that takes you to the subscribe page. Am I right, Chris? And again, those of you who don't know what our subscription does, like I said on the fight show earlier today, I'm going to do an ad about that, telling you what it does. I think it's like $9.99 a month. You get a Veteran Trash Talk button, which is freaking hilarious. All right. So you get that, and then you get a discount on our shirt once a month. But also, every single dollar of that will go to promoting a show. All right. So the show promotes Carol's business, what Carol's doing, not his business because he's doing something else, but his mission, right? It'll promote Carol's mission. It'll promote, another company's mission. That's whatever they're doing, right? So if you can't afford to donate $20,000 to a nonprofit to really help, all right, we can bring awareness to everything, right? And so that money from that subscription is exactly what that goes to. I'm the one that does the accounting, so you can come at me and ask me any questions. If it's not, that's where it goes. But other than that, that's great. Let's get to the AAR. I took notes, buddy. This was a long one.
Nice, it was.
This was a long one.
This was fun.
Nick. One really quick website before
There's always one
before you go to the AAR. I reported the crime that I was a victim of to the police department. Police department said they're too prevalent. They don't even
fuck the police
anymore. But they sent me to this website to report the crime. If you're a victim of an internet or cyber or any kind of crime where you did not meet face to face with the person, go to IC3, that's IndiaCharlie3.gov, and that goes right to the FBI, and they will investigate.
Mm.
And or you just call me, and we put a team together. And now I can't do this. Now I can't help you because it's live.
Plenty of desert out here in Arizona. Plenty of desert out here.
But we could have helped you before we went live about this, like very easily. But now we can't, so we have to resource it outside of the.
Watch Monica go in trouble now, and now we all incriminate ourselves.
Right. Yeah. But let's do the AAR. Number 1, don't sell grandma's shit.
Don't.
All right, don't do it. When she gives you an heirloom, keep it. All right.
Yeah.
And then you give it to that. Now you want to sell her a coffee table, that's fine. All right. Whatever, but like
keep
what we're talking
the China, keep the China and stuff.
You know what we're talking about. All right, like don't. All right, your drug addiction. Sorry, you have it. Talk to Ben Owen. You know, like great dude. Go see him. Get off the drugs. Stop selling grandma's shit. The second thing is CERN. Is it CERN?
CERN.
Yeah,
in Switzerland. Yeah.
Right. CERN's birthday is on Monday.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, it is. That's what Jacksaw said. It's their holy day. All right. CERN's birthday is on Monday, which happens to be on a full eclipse. Right. So go ahead and fuck with
Shit's
CERN.
about to get real.
Go ahead and try it. Right. And Jacksaw tried to warn you about it. He's like, you shouldn't be talking about him right now. All right. A holy day on a full eclipse.
And there's a little bit of a delay apparently, so go to 4 Patriots. You know, you can still get those generators and all the supplies that you need because
and then again,
shit's about to get real.
That's a good plug. I'm going to switch to AAR now to another shameless plug. Not shameless because they pay us.
It's not shameless. It's our sponsor. They're amazing.
4 Patriots did a webinar with myself, their coach, all right, who is a Navy veteran, where 4 Patriots is not for the preppers, even though the preppers use 4 Patriots.
That is true.
4 Patriots is for just a 3-month supply of food, right? Like if something bad happens, right? Like a flood, a power outage, a tornado, an earthquake, whatever, right?
Solar
like
eclipse.
Solar eclipse. Now,
demons
it's not
coming out of
just
the portal.
It's the fact that we're not respecting CERN, and none of you are, and we covered that already. You're not respecting them. All right, her. Sorry, her. You're not respecting her. All right, like you know what happens when you don't respect the her. All right, like an actual.
Fucking Switzerland. Go figure, huh?
Not a trans her. That's why we all again. I'm getting off topic. A trans her will deal with your shit. A real her won't. All right, so. Anyways.
What if the real her is not? Well, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm saying a trans her, they're a dude, so they'll deal with their shit.
Yeah.
A real her ain't dealing with her shit. All right. All right. And so Carol, right? He gave us a big scare, not because of the scams, but because the dude was supposed to take care of equipment, right? And transition rooms, transition earbuds, transition microphones. Like obviously not knowing what he's doing. But could have been the crayon thing. Is what it is. Marines are awesome, love it. But for real though, I never thought about it this way to where when you see a scam or you see something that's happening, and this goes to anybody listening on the interweb, because we do have a lot of people that download the podcast and don't watch the show. Those of you downloading the podcast, pause, brief, connect, right? Like those are 3 awesome things. Those are 3 awesome things that you should probably incorporate into a lot of things in your life, not just fucking scams, right? Like something that's happening. Okay. And I'll bring up my personal story here with my daughter. Actually, my youngest daughter just won the mile race for a gold medal. No big deal. But I wasn't there because I was doing the show. When something starts going really well for you, all right, pause. All right. Brief it to some other people who are in that successful region and be like, is this right? Am I doing the right thing here? Am I supposed to? Because there's a lot of scams out there as well that will show you a return really quick, right? And you won't get a return after it. And in fact, you're down 20 grand, right? So pause, brief it to some smarter people in your circle, connect with them. Hey, this right. So I thought that was great advice, even though Carol just dropped off. I think that was really great advice, and it's a great thing to do a lot of things on. Pause, brief, connect. And then the last thing before Dave closes this out is one of our buddies from Warriors Whiskey Club in Colorado. Not sure if you guys are tracking Stephen Coates. He had a stroke. He's doing all right. I know we met him in Denver, buddy. Yeah, he's doing all right. They were able to diagnose it very early, so we're hoping. And I mean, he already was kind of crazy. This is what veterans do. We still make fun of him. He just had a stroke. He was already kind of crazy, but he's got most of his brain waves still working, which is vital to getting a stroke in time. So, yeah, our prayers and thoughts are with you, Stephen. And anything that you need, we are here for you. Unless it's more than a couple of thousands. Buddy already said
I'm only a multi-thousandaire.
Multi-thousandaire. So
remember that.
If it's that, buddy can't help you. But if it's somebody to come hang out with you, we're here for you. Reach out, Stephen. And then the Warriors Whiskey Club in Denver. They're an awesome group of people. So great. Just hope the best for you, Stephen. And I'll reach out to you after the show. All right, go ahead, Dave.
Carol, any final words? We good?
I just want to thank you again. Real grateful to be with you. Thanks for keying on the pause, breathe, connect. That applies in all circles of life, much less if you're getting approached by a scammer. We all need
you're saying the
buddy.
Best AAR you've heard.
The best.
I mean, it's the only one, but
I'm just saying it's better than buddies. So.
True.
Absolute best. I'll give you this as my closers. And you probably heard it. I heard it in a Methodist church like 45 years ago when I was a kid. There's a parable about the starfish on the beach after the storm. Y'all know this one? I'll give it to you real quick. All right, so storm puts thousands of starfish up on the beach. There's a little kid down there. He's picking them up one at a time and throwing them back into the ocean to save them because they're going to die if they bake in the sun. Old man sees them, walks down there and says, "Kid, what are you doing? You can't possibly save hundreds of thousands of starfish. This is silly." Little kid looks at the old man, steely resolve in his eye, picks up one, throws it in the ocean, says, "I saved that one. I helped that one." I feel like with your podcast, you're helping us one at a time. I think the message we just put out today, the pause, breathe, connect, that was emphasized in the after action. If we help one, we've done good today. But I bet we're helping a lot more than one. And I'm grateful you gave me a chance to be here. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you, Carol. Hey, great having you on. Very informative. So anybody that tuned in late, make sure you go to our website, VeteranTrashTalk.com. It's got the links to everything, our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, all that good stuff. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe. Again, I'm wearing my favorite shirt, Only Infantry. You can check that out at shop.veterantrashtalk.com. Support the cause, and we will catch you guys next Saturday, possibly, unless the CERN takes us out on Monday. So,
I'm not taking us out. I gave homage to him. Burn it.
See y'all next.
This is a food warning. The UN warns of an unprecedented global hunger crisis. In fact, it's predicted by 2030 that 800 million folks will struggle to feed their families, which means two dangerous things for you. Number one, higher prices at the grocery store. Number two, less food available. And when panic strikes, it will be chaos, making it even harder to get the food your family needs to survive. That's why it's vital, more than ever, to have a survival food stockpile. Introducing the deluxe 3-month survival food kit from 4 Patriots. It has 688 servings of meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with delicious recipes like pancakes, mac and cheese, Aztec chili, and potato soup. They've even got spaghetti and lasagna. This isn't your typical survival food, and over 200,000 smart Americans agree. This is survival food that actually tastes good. But best of all, it's designed to last up to 25 years. You can stash it away and be confident that when a disaster strikes, you and your family will be ready. Go to 4patriots.com/VTT to get the deluxe 3-month survival food kit and the peace